Welcome, Aquarius. Welcome to your September 2021 love reading. I'm Dee, and this is Intuitive Life Advice. I'm going to pull your cards for you now. Thanks for joining me. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. It helps me grow my channel. And if you are a subscriber, welcome back. I am so grateful. Appreciate each and every single one of you. If you like a video, leave a comment. It helps others navigate through the same type of situation that you're going through. Other people who are drawn to this video, they can find comfort in some of those comments. They can help them navigate through their situation, feel like they're not alone in this type of situation. And never underestimate the power of a comment. That is a true statement. Okay, had a little painful situation going on here in your past, it looks like, Aquarius. Hopefully it didn't last too long. Knowing you, it didn't. You probably nipped it right in the bud. Let's see how close we are on that scenario. Be sure and watch your videos for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs. We're being emphasized. Let me see here, Aquarius. Wow. You've got some energy here, honey. My goodness. You've been through it. Aquarius, I'm just almost shocked that you have allowed someone to make you feel the emotions I'm seeing here. The bottom of this deck, we've got processing, which is, that's a good card to have as an overall energy. But where you came from within this situation, I can see a beautiful scenario now or coming up for you, but you have been through quite a situation. Let's see if we can get to the bottom of this for you, help you start your journey out of this. Whoever this reading is for is already identified. You've gone through tremendous pain here with this person. These cards want to just come out of here, and they have to be definite or I can't take them. In this particular style of shuffling that I'm doing right now, I have several different ways. Beautiful. Okay. I see beauty coming up, which is amazing because you deserve the heck out of it. You've got the bottom of this deck, you've got shallow. Another beautiful card to have in this spread you've got here, and I'll tell you why. We'll pull a couple of words of wisdom cards just here in a few minutes toward the end of our reading. Right now, what we're going to do is go through your cards here. You've got betrayal, agony, fear, silence, forgiveness. You've got defeat, influence, awareness, and dare. You've got reunite, mending, dejection. You've got processing and shallow. So your overall energies are, you're currently in a state of dealing with and figuring out what to do with within yourself with all the events that have taken place here in this relationship. And there were some bad events. There's a lot of pain here, a lot of sorrow, a lot of betrayal, a lot of defeat, a lot of fear and agony, trauma, pain, all of it. Silent treatments. You're on top of your emotions here. You're on top of your emotions. You're trying to process this situation. And what I'm seeing is you have come out of some sort of, you've come into the awareness that you have been severely betrayed. You have been beat down, defeated in every way. And you went back for like a round two. You went back for round two. You got hit. It was like you went back and said, hit me with your best shot. And when you did that, this person did hit you with their best shot. This card here, this person, this agony card, this person is bloody. There's blood on this person's leg and on their body. This relationship was horribly traumatic for you. It was like you felt like they had some sort of spell on you, some sort of control over you that you couldn't put your finger on or explain or even come close to figuring out how in the world someone could do something like this, keep you in such confinement and control. You're afraid because you're starting to try to heal, but you're very, very afraid because you don't know what to expect from here. Because you have learned so much about this situation and this type of person that you know that they just cast you aside because that's what people like them do. This isn't a surprise. Once you became aware about the type of disorder or personality and character flaws this person has, when you realized what you were dealing with and who you were dealing with because of research, you became aware of who you were dealing with, what type of person you were dealing with. And you learned through that process that this person casting you aside and acting like you're absolutely nothing when yesterday you were the queen of the world to them, the queen of their heart, and today they just kicked you to the side, kicked you to the curb. And then tomorrow you're probably going to be at least the princess of their heart, and then you'll earn your crown again for a little while before you're kicked to the curb again. This is what you've learned. You've learned that this is going to be a cycle that you can't escape in any other way other than leaving the situation completely and never looking back. You have been through this card, this silence card, it is a lot of times telling me, I feel like you need to go to sleep for a while and get some sleep. I mean, I'm just throwing that in there. You need to get some rest, Aquarius. You're not sleeping well. You're not sleeping enough hours at a time. You're not sleeping on a regular schedule. You need to correct that so that your brain and your body will work properly. Now, back to the cards. Silence. This is silent treatments where this person gets upset with you for something you did or said or the way you reacted. You have no clue how you set this person off, but you do because this person has a disorder or 9. They may have several disorders. I mean, the stuff they're putting you through here that I'm seeing is, it's just, they're lucky you haven't gone nuts on them by now. Says a lot about you, Aquarius. Says a lot about you. You're in control of your emotions. This card, this shallow card, this is one of your overall energies currently. This is showing me that you are on top of your emotions. And the card underneath that was vulnerability. You're afraid, you're vulnerable, you're scared. You're in control of your emotions. You're not crying and thinking about poor me and my feelings are hurt, my heart's breaking. You're not thinking like that right now, or you're getting ready to be on top of your emotions in a way where you're using your intuition and you're listening to your gut and you're letting your mind tell you, look, this is a very, very bad situation to be in. And when you get to that point, if you're not already there, it's getting ready to come up for you, where you are telling yourself this situation is potentially dangerous, not only horrible for you and your well-being and your emotional sense of well-being. This could be a very physically dangerous situation. And you're seeing that, you're getting ready to see that, and you may be seeing it now while you're watching this video, but you're forgiving yourself. You're getting ready to realize that you're going to have to forgive yourself for everything you've thought, done, thought of doing, things that you've done just to navigate this situation you were in, because these kind of people can change the way you even react to things, the way you act. They can change the way your character reacts. When normally you're an amazing person, you may have done some underhanded things, and because that's the way life is in a situation with this particular person. They do everything in a bad way. You know, they don't have a character to uphold, a value system to uphold. Everything they do is like a bad person's way of doing it. And sometimes in order to survive a situation like this, you have to play a couple of cards their way. And you know, I mean, you can hear story after story after story from people who've been in bad relationships like this, and their credit, you know, started out being pristine, and by the time they got out of the relationship, their credit was, you know, 100, so damaged and dented and dinged that there's no way for the rest of their lifetime they're ever going to be able to clear it up. Your judgment changes. The way you look at bad decisions changes. Sometimes you can be the type of person who would never make a bad decision that would affect other people in a negative or derogatory way. But in a relationship such as this, it kind of reprograms you to where you may make decisions that are bad for others that you once cared about before you got tangled up with this person. Are you following me? I think in psychology world, when people help people through situations like this, they refer to it as fleas from the narcissist type thing, fleas from your abusive partner. In other words, you kind of take on some of their traits. And it doesn't mean you're now a bad person and you make horrible decisions and life choices and you screwed your life up. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is you're about to see exactly what has happened to you since you've been in this relationship with this person, and you're going to start working toward correcting this issues with yourself. The best thing for you to do is to walk away from this person. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just giving you the advice that I'm being guided to give you, and that's why I'm here. You don't have to heed my advice. But what I'm telling you is this situation isn't going to get better. This person has shown you who they are. If you don't want to spend the rest of your life just going deeper and deeper and deeper into a bottomless pit of misery and betrayal and agony and defeat and dejection and abuse and trauma, if you don't want that for yourself, you need to get out quickly. Forgive yourself for whatever you've had to do to survive this relationship. Forgive yourself for putting your dreams and goals and aspirations on the back burner for someone else in fear of making them feel like you weren't making them more important in your life than yourself. You always have to be first. And I don't mean that in a selfish way. I don't buy into the just do you and screw everybody else. I don't buy into that. I believe you need to worry about what the right people think. I believe you need to care about what the right people think. I believe that you need to give me a moment. Let me pull you a couple of your words of wisdom cards here. What I mean by putting yourself first is not putting yourself first and just turning your back on everybody else because you don't feel like dealing with anybody ever again, or their drama or whatever. Because there's always going to be people who have issues, and those people need people. They need people to help them navigate their issues. Your first card is research. Do your homework. Do a little homework on this. Pull this information up about this person and find out who you're dealing with here, Aquarius. Is this person a narcissistic personality disordered individual? Are they a psychopath, a sociopath, one of the cluster B's one of the cluster B personality disorders? What is going on with this person? And then once you find that information, you will see what you're dealing with, and you will see what I'm trying to tell you. And then that will validate what I've shown you here, and maybe that will be what you need to give you that extra little kick to get you moving away from this person. And look at that. It's all about love here. I'm telling you that you're going in the right direction. You're processing, you're forgiving yourself. Research a little more if you haven't already. Find out, if you need to put a title or a diagnosis on this person, research a little more, get that diagnosis within your, just for yourself about this person. And that way you can see that this is just textbook. Please excuse my timer beep there. This is all about you. You need to love yourself first. And what that means is love yourself enough that you protect yourself like you would protect your own child. Like your Creator would protect you if they could talk to you and tell you how much they love you. You have to care enough about yourself that you won't let someone do this to you. This puts you in a state of agony. You need to love yourself enough where you won't let someone keep you in a state of fear or force you to be silent about something or betray you or make you feel defeated every day, make you feel rejected and dejected, make you feel like someone's influencing you, some bad energy. This is what you don't want. You have to love yourself enough to not allow someone to treat you this way. Because if you don't love yourself enough to say, look, dude, you've crossed my boundary and I can't let you do that. So see ya, wouldn't want to be ya, forks in it, down the road you go. If you don't do that, here's how it works. If you don't love yourself enough to disallow this type of treatment, this is exactly what you're going to get. Because the only people who get treated badly and abused and cheated on and silenced and beat on, the only people who get treated that way are people who allow it. And I know that sounds harsh, but it's true. If the people who were in these situations, bless their hearts, I mean, a lot of people don't even know how to draw a boundary, much less enforce one. So bless their hearts. I'm not talking about how people need to not be like them. That's not what I'm doing here. What I'm telling you is if they didn't allow that treatment, it wouldn't be happening. So that's the whole point here, to teach people. Don't let someone treat you like this. You say no, not going to happen, see ya. And that's the point that I'm trying to make. And if you love yourself enough to say, at that first red flag, to say, no, I'm not going to be treated this way, and I'm not going to teach someone how to treat me. If you don't already have that knowledge programmed into your brain in childhood, at home with your parents, I don't want anything to do with it. You have to love yourself first. That's what it means. It means, how do you want to be treated? And then enforce that. You will not allow someone to abuse you. Okay? There's one of your boundaries. Great. Well, look. If you say, I love myself enough to where I'm not going to let somebody abuse me, and then somebody comes up to you and says, well, hi, I want to be your significant other, but I'm abusive. You're going to say, no, thank you. And if you love yourself enough to where you don't want to allow someone to betray you, and they come up to you and they say, oh, I want to be in a relationship with you, Aquarius, but I'm going to betray you in every way. I'm going to cheat on you. I'm going to talk behind your back. I'm not going to honor you when you're not around. And you can say, well, that's fine, but it's not going to be with me. No, I'm not going to allow that. Great. That's self-love. You're loving yourself enough to say, I'm not going to allow someone to treat me this way. Here's another one. Let's just overdo it here. Let's say you meet somebody and they say, well, I want to be in a relationship with you, but I'm going to give you the silent treatment whenever you don't react the way I want you to in certain situations. If you don't do things the way I want you to, or say them the right way, or, if you don't act how I want you to, I'm going to give you the silent treatment for God knows how long, until I feel like talking again, because that's the way I deal with it. Well, you're supposed to love yourself enough to say, well, that's fine. if that's how you want to do it, but you're not going to be doing that with me because I want open communication all the time, emotional maturity all the time, because I love myself enough that I'm not going to allow someone like that to treat me that way. So I'm sure I don't need to keep going here for you, but here's your final message. You love yourself enough to not allow these types of people into your life. And you forgive yourself for anything you have done in this relationship that has not been one of your favorite memories of yourself. Things that you've had to do, decisions you've had to make based on the situation you were in at the time. You have to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for wasting so much time on this person. Forgive yourself for allowing them to treat you badly. Forgive yourself for everything that went against your grain in this relationship. Aquarius, that's my message to you. This couldn't have been a more amazing reading. This is the most amazing reading of this whole series. Thank you for joining me, Aquarius. I wish you the best. I know you're going to handle this the right way. Leave me a comment. Tell me what's going on. Let me know how this resonates with you, if this hits home with you. Just, you know what to do. Do not backslide. Love yourself enough to say no to people who give the silent treatment, emotional immaturity, people who betray you, people who cause you pain in any way. Say no. Take care, Aquarius.